Davey, a draw against Accies this afternoon here at the Tony Mac, ultimately losing out on the bonus point on penalties. What was your thoughts on that one?
I thought the first half lacked application, intensity. Took us half an hour to even get going. It took us until their goal, to be fair, to get going. We lose the ball in the middle of the park, slack passing. Wee bit naive, centre back goes in, allows him inside. We hold it, allows him inside. You've got to take the foul at that point if you're not going to win the ball. And then it stops the counter. And then they work it quite well, to be fair to Hamilton. But we let the boy inside, which creates a massive problem for us in the first place. But I don't think our shape was great the first half at all. I think boys were dropping into line units on the park that they shouldn't be in. Boys weren't brave enough off the ball. And we failed to get enough pressure on the ball as high as I wanted in the first half. After the goal, I think our application and intensity kicked up a gear. Second half, we dominate last possessions, spells of the game, We get in behind them 2 or 3 occasions. Christian hits the bar. I think Stephen Kelly hits the... Christian hits the post, Stephen hits the bar. We get in behind in 2 or 3 occasions, but our final ball's got to be better. We managed to get that goal, and then in and around that period late on in the game, I think there was about 4 handball claims. Definitely 2, I've watched them back, there's definitely 2 that are, for me, stonewall penalties. But I don't want to take anything away from Hamilton because I thought they defended very well. After the goal, they drop into a low block and it becomes difficult, but we've only got ourselves to blame. So from our point of view, can't expect to start games of football in the manner that we did. I don't think we found solutions early enough in the game. It takes the goal, it gives a kind of kick up the backside. And then we start trying to play a wee bit and moving the ball at a tempo and intensity which I'm wanting them to do. And the shape's kind of there from then onwards. But again, got to give Hamilton credit and we've got to look at ourselves and got to do better. We're the Premier League club. We speak about this, it's cup football. I think that's nearly every Premier League club that's been in this cup section lost a game of football, albeit maybe bar Motherwell. So it shows you how difficult it is. But again, we're the Premier League club and I don't think we should be losing games of football. Now, you might say it's a draw. They got 2 points, we got 1 point. We've lost that game of football for me. I don't see it as a draw. And that could be come the end of the group section. That point could be absolutely huge. But we can only take care of ourselves now. So it's Cove away on Tuesday, which is not going to be an easy game. I think that's Cove sitting 3 out of 3. Is that right? Anyway, Cove go and win all their games there through. So we need to go and beat Cove on Tuesday to give ourselves a fighting chance. Hopefully 10 points is enough to get you through. Well, that's group winners or well, that's best runners up, I don't know.
A pair of misses in the shootout, ultimately handing the bonus point to Accies this afternoon. The penalty hoodoo, I think it's very much fair to say, continues. As a coaching team, how do you address that?
I don't know if it's coming down to a wee bit of confidence. There's not a lot of boys throwing their name to take it. We've done a wee bit of penalties here and there. Probably going to have to do more in training now, to be fair. But I'm a big believer when it comes to penalties. It's boys that want to take them. You don't make boys take penalties. You ask who's up for taking the penalty. And the boys that missed, fair play them. Joe hits the bar, Mix is saved. They wanted to take penalties and they wanted to be the first and second penalty taker, and I'm more than happy with that. I'm not going to force players that I feel should be taking penalties to take penalties if they don't want to take a penalty. But again, it's an area of the park we need to work on. Heard a couple of comments like, same as last year, these players, why are you letting them? But these 2 players never had a pen last year. And that's probably why these 2 players have stepped up to take a pen this season, because of the 2 or 3 that have maybe missed penalties last season. So we're going to have to spend a wee bit of time on it. Sean Kelly would have probably had a penalty if Sean was on the park, but Sean wasn't on the park either. Stephen Bradley would have probably had a pen if he was on the park. So they've probably got 2 or 3 players that generally and normally would have had a penalty, not having one.
The result takes the group out of our hands, in essence. How does that impact the pressure in terms of the next 2 games?
You just approach it. There's not going to be any more added pressure on us. You feel pressure playing like the Premier League Football Club, where you're playing the Premier League, the Scottish Cup or the League Cup. There's pressure on you every single game. You can only go out and affect the next game that's in front of you. So I'm not going to read too much into in terms of, oh, we need to. We'll go out and we'll approach that game in the same manner we're going to approach the next 40 odd games throughout the season. We'll go up there and we'll try and win that game of football, and we'll do what we feel we do best and approach that game in the right manner. So I'm not really too concerned about there being an added pressure. There's a pressure from me, there's a pressure within the group. Every single game of football we play, whether it's the league, whether it's the Scottish Cup or whether it's the League Cup.